News Radio 1080 KRLD.
Thanks for staying with us. 1050, I'm David Rankin. The governor of Oregon just signed a new bill into law that makes some changes to school absences. Students will be able to take up to 5 mental health days away from school. They'll be used just like absences for school for physical illnesses. We're joined by Lee Richardson from the Brain Performance Center on the KRLD Newsline. So would a law like this go over in Texas?
I think it should go over in Texas. I was so happy to see this because mental health is not the same as mental retardation. And our views on mental health are so outdated. And I would hope that Texas would be progressive enough to embrace the mental and recognize the huge mental health issues that we face.
How much of this can be blamed specifically on our increased social media?
We now live in a world where we compare everything. And you go online and you look at something and wow, that's 100 times better than what I've got. Wow, look how many likes they got. I've never had that many people respond to me. So it's that instantaneous feedback, well, you're not cutting it. Well, you're not doing near as good as anybody else is. And some of that is so false. The pictures that people put out, they're photoshopped. It's not a real representation all the time of what's going on in that person's life.
What's to stop a child or a teenager from saying, I just don't feel like going to school today. I'm just going to call it a mental health day?
And I think there's a risk of that. But I think that I really do believe the younger population will be respectful because just the realization that it is okay to take a mental health day, I think will give a certain amount of respect within that young population to the day.
Is there something in this also that would show companies, for example, allowing it to be done for their employees as well?
I hope so. Companies have they've kind of migrated towards, PTA, personal time off. You kind of lump it together and you figure out when you take it and how you take it. But let's face it, it's going to be a lot harder to call into work and say, I'm just so depressed and sad and blue, I can't get out of bed today. That's going to be a lot harder to do than to tell your mom, I need a mental health day, I can't go to school.
At what point, though, besides just saying I can't get out of bed, does a parent need to start looking to medical help for that child?
As soon as it becomes to a problem where it's interfering with their daily life, the parent needs to start use your observation powers. Are they socially isolating? Are they staying in their room all the time? Or can you joke with them? Can you get them to laugh? Can you get them to sit down and talk to you? Are they just pushing you away? Be on your toes and be watching that child. And whether it's through a counselor or whether it's through, a church, somehow they need to offer them some level of assistance. And so, sure, mom and dad can talk to a child, but if you're your mother or the father, you're not the counselor.
That's Lee Richardson from the Brain Performance Center.